morning everyone. Welcome to computer class. Today we will continue with chapter 1. In the last class we started memory and its type. In that we have discussed what is memory. Then we discussed what is primary memory and its type RAM and ROM. So let's quickly recap. So what is primary memory? Primary memory is also called main memory or internal memory. And what type of data stores in primary memory? Whatever data and instructions we give to the computer, that stores in primary memory. When you start the computer, operating system loaded into the primary memory, and when you open any application software, it also opens in primary memory or stores in primary memory temporary. Fine. Now come to the secondary memory. So today we will discuss about secondary memory, the another type of memory. Now what is secondary memory? Secondary memory, first, the other name is external memory or auxiliary memory. Fine, these are the two other names of secondary memory. Now what is secondary memory? Secondary memory is the storage unit where data or information can be stored for future use. See, in primary memory, what happens when you do any work on computer, that work stores in primary memory temporary. But when you save the work, then it goes to the secondary memory. See, you must have seen when you make any document, fine, you are typing something on the MS Word. So temporary it is going to the primary memory. But when you save it, when you click on file, then save, give any file name, that means you are saving your document. So when you are saving any document or any work, then it goes to the secondary memory. See, you might have noticed C drive, D drive, E drive. What are these drives? These drives are the partition of hard drive or hard disk. Fine. So hard disk is your secondary memory. So ultimately it goes to the secondary memory. Fine. So what is secondary memory? Secondary memory is the storage unit where data or information can be stored for future use. You can use that data for future. When you save any file, next day if you want to see that file again, you can see by simply click on file, open and choose the file name and then click on open. So that file will be appeared on the screen. So in secondary memory, what type of data we use? When we want to see it again, when we want to use it again or for future use. So it stores that data or information. Fine. Now examples of secondary memory: hard disk, optical disk, pen drive, magnetic drum, magnetic tape. Optical disk we will discuss in detail. Pen drive or flash drive is another name of pen drive, both are same. Now magnetic drum, magnetic tape, in these days these two things are not in use. Magnetic drum, magnetic tape, we don't use these two nowadays. Fine. So first we will see what is the difference between primary memory and secondary memory, then we will come to the optical disk. So let's see. Now we will see the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. So first difference is primary memory is also called main memory and the secondary memory is also called auxiliary memory. Second is it is volatile as all data and instructions get erased as the computer is switched off. What does it mean? Primary memory is volatile. Why volatile and how volatile? See, as you switch off the computer, whatever information, whatever data and instructions stored in primary memory get erased. Fine, all the data get erased as you switch off the computer. So this is called volatile. Fine. And secondary memory is non-volatile because when you switch off the video and the next day you can see that file, isn't it? When you save any file and switch off the computer and the next day you can see your file, you can open the file. So this is non-volatile in nature. So you can say it is non-volatile as data and instructions are stored for future use even when computer is switched off. Fine. Now the third is it is faster to access and the secondary memory is slow to access. Why so? Because primary memory is accessed directly by CPU. CPU access the primary memory directly, but CPU access the secondary memory indirectly. Why so? Because secondary memory first send the data to the primary memory and from where the CPU access it. So that's why it is slower to access and it is faster to access. Fine. CPU cannot access directly the secondary memory. Secondary memory sends the information, sends the data to the primary memory from where the CPU access it. That's why it is slow and it is faster. Fine. And the cache memory also, I told you, cache memory is the fastest to access. Cache memory, where it is situated? Cache memory is between CPU and RAM. So it is more nearer to the CPU. And this is called processor memory also, cache memory. Cache memory is also temporary. Fine. Okay. Now see the difference between these two. I hope it is clear. Now the last is it has small storage capacity and can be increased to some extent. As you know, RAM has a small storage capacity, but you can increase but up to some extent. Like if you have 2 GB RAM, you can make it 4 GB, 8 GB or even 16 GB, 32 GB. Fine, but even I think the maximum limit is 128, not in ordinary computer. 128 GB is not cannot be installed in ordinary. It goes up to 16 or 32. Fine, mostly. Now in secondary memory, hard disk is the example of secondary memory, and you know very well what is the capacity of hard disk. It's in terabyte. Fine. And you know the terabyte unit is very large as compared to the GB. Fine. So I hope the difference is clear. It has small storage capacity and it has large storage capacity. So these are the four main differences between primary memory and secondary memory. Now we will see the optical disc. And optical disc are the examples of secondary memory. So let's see the optical discs. Now optical disc, as I told you, these are the this is the example of secondary memory. So what do you mean by optical? Optical is a word related to the light. Fine. It means in such type of disc we use light. First I am telling the examples of optical disc: CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc. You might have heard this word, Blu-ray. Blu-ray disc. Fine. Now first we will talk about CD. Full form is compact disc. Capacity 700 MB. Fine. In all types of disk, data stores in the form of lands and pits. These are circular in shape, and data stores in the form of lands and pits. LANDS, lands, and PITS, pits. Means, see, lands represent smooth surface, flat surface, and pit represent the pressed one. Fine. Land represents smooth and pit represent the pressed one. So data are stored in the form of lands and pits, which is not visible with your naked eyes. Fine. But data stores in the form of lands and pit. As you know, data stores in the form of 1 and 0. So land represent 1 and pit represent 0. So what happens? See, and why these are optical? Because I told you it uses light. And what light? Laser beam. Fine. So it uses laser beam to read and write the data on the disk. Now from where the light comes, laser beam comes. See, to read anything or to write anything on the CD, what you do, you put your CD in the drive. So in the drive there is a laser head, and through that laser head light is transmitted, laser beam is transmitted, and when it falls on the surface of disk, then land reflect the light back and pit doesn't reflect. So by this way it reads the data. Land, there will be reflection on the land. Land is smooth surface. So there will be reflection of light. Light will come from the laser head. Where is laser head? On the drive. Drive, I hope you know what is drive. See, drive is a device which is used to read the data and write the data on the disk. Fine. Drive is a place where you put your CD or DVD. So drive can be your CD drive or it can be your DVD drive. Fine, DVD driver. So DVD driver can read both, can read CD as well as DVD. So no need of CD driver. If you are using DVD driver, on that you can run your CD as well as DVD. So in that driver, on that drive, there is a laser head which emits the light, which transmits the light. From the land, light is reflected, so it shows here it is 1, and if light doesn't reflect back, it means here it is 0. Fine. This is just for your information. It's not given in your book, just for your information. Now I think it is clear. Now which color of laser beam is used in this CD driver? Which colored laser beam is used in CD driver or DVD driver? Red laser beam. Red laser beam is used. Fine. Capacity 700 MB. I think it is clear. Now come to the DVD. Full form is digital versatile disc. Digital versatile disc. Fine. Now capacity of DVD is more than CD, around 4.7 GB, or in different sizes are available for DVD, like 9.4 GB is also available, around 7 GB is also available. So different sizes are available for DVD. So its capacity, storage capacity is more as compared to the CD. Fine. Now I told you earlier it needs DVD driver and DVD drive can run both CD as well as DVD. Fine. Now come to the Blu-ray disc, and in DVD also we use red laser beam. Blu-ray disc, storage capacity very large. Blu-ray storage capacity very large as compared to CD and DVD. It can store high quality videos and audios. Fine. And why it is called Blu-ray? Because in this case we use blue color laser beam to read data as well as write data, and you cannot run Blu-ray disc in the DVD drive. What do you need? You need Blu-ray drive for it. Fine. So it needs a separate drive to run the Blu-ray, and that is called Blu-ray drive. Fine. So I hope it is clear about secondary memory, difference between primary and secondary, and about optical disc. So okay, one more thing I forget to tell you, types of CD. You must have here the word CD-R and CD-RW. What does it mean? CD-R? CD-R, R represent recordable. CD recordable and CD rewritable. What do you mean by CD recordable? CD recordable means once the data is recorded on the CD, you cannot erase that. Fine. And data can be read only. After once recorded, data can be read only. But in CD rewritable, you can erase the data, you can record the data again, and you can use CD rewritable as your pen drive. So these are the two types of CD recordable and CD rewritable. So that's it in this video. Thank you so much.